Hey, we are live. Welcome to the Bitching Dead. We're your hosts, Bekah, Farid, and Tara. We're exhausted. We're a webcast from the minds of the geeky area, and we're here to bitch about stuff and things because somebody has to do it. If you have not seen episodes 19 and 20 of The Walking Dead Season 10, just gonna, we're not responsible for any spoilers you hear. We did warn you.
If you're listening to this as a podcast, please remember this is recorded live. So we aren't exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us for any technical difficulties or accidental or intentional swears. You can join the conversation with the hashtag #TheBitchingDead.
We'd like to remind all of you that the views expressed on this webcast are those of the host as individual and do not necessarily represent the geeky area or the webcast itself as a whole. I'm getting a bit of some feedback or an echo or something.
Same.
That's weird. We're all wearing headphones.
Dang it, Farid.
Oh no, he's frozen. We've lost Farid.
Oh no.
No,
there he is.
There he is.
Looking very concerned.
Okay, I can't hear you guys now.
Oh.
For some reason. Like, I can hear you, but
we're very quiet or something.
But you guys can hear me correctly, right?
Yeah. Okay, I think the echo is gone too. I'm not hearing it right
But
now.
you're also frozen.
Oh no. For anybody who's joining, who's actually watching this at any point, live or later, first Bekah lost her internet earlier, and then Farid lost his power, so we're already starting like 20 minutes late, but you know, we'll get through it.
Like
it's okay.
Magic he can to make us stop using this. He's like summoning dark forces.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's
because they
pretty much
from outside my house. That's why the power went out.
There's a what?
There's a thunderstorm going on.
Oh.
So he's like, yeah. But anyway, news. There's a new mobile Walking Dead game coming out. Apparently, it's a mobile game, so it will be free to play or maybe even pay to win. Like, the more you pay the developers, the more resources you'll get. Basically it's a kingdom building developer. It's a kingdom building survival game where you set up a camp and then you just click on various things on the screen and wait for the time.
I actually like that. I might download that.
No, Bekah.
I mean, I was like, if it wasn't, see, I can't play games on my phone. I mean, honestly, it doesn't help that my phone screen is like this is one of those glass like protector things, so it's all like cracked and broken, and I need to replace it. But no phone store will touch your phone these days, and I don't want to try to do it myself. So
yeah, because I replaced the screen protector on mine, and as you can see, it's got bubbles in it. It went very well. Said nobody ever.
But if it wasn't just a mobile game, I might be interested. But I don't like the pay to play stuff though. Like it makes me wonder: is it going to be one of those games where it's like you only have to pay if you don't want to wait? You know what I mean? Like it's like a time sink game where you do some stuff and then you have to let it sit for like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah,
I've never had the patience for those, but I also refuse to pay money to mobile games, like really to any game. So like once I buy the game, I guess if this is free, that's a little bit different. But like once I buy a game or download it, I'm like, I'm not giving you any of my money. Pokemon Go, I'm looking at you.
Love Nikki. I've wasted so much money on Love Nikki.
I don't even know what that is.
It's fine. You don't need to look it up. You're good.
Everyone go and Google Love right now and let us know what that game is.
Yeah, I'll download it and I'll tell you guys what it is because I love kingdom builder games. So, and like matching games. Anyway, okay, Farid, keep going.
As for the ratings, episode number 17 got 2.89 million. However, episode 18 got 2.26 million. Episode 19 got 2.17 million. So if that trend continues, then hopefully by next week, The Walking Dead will fall from the 2 million live viewing milestone.
Didn't they
So
already
fingers
fall?
crossed.
I can't believe are people is that actual people who are literally watching it live either via cable TV or like maybe Sling or something?
Yep, these are Nielsen numbers, and these are live viewers who tune in every week to watch this show at a specific time.
I mean, to be fair, there's not really that much new stuff going on right now on live TV, especially. So, like, in a way, I kind of get it. It's like this is one of the few things that's putting out new episodes right now, and has been for like, and like, it has been in like for in a while. I'm not making sense. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. But like at the same time, why are you watching commercials for this shit? Like I don't know. Like you're sitting through an hour worth of Walking Dead and commercials. Like, just,
Look, maybe I want to watch the same Subaru commercial 5 times in a row, Tara.
Yeah,
I don't even remember. I don't even know what commercials are on live TV nowadays. Like, what are they for?
It's probably like I sometimes watch The View Live, the live stream on YouTube, and the commercials are basically for car insurance, real estate, and a few food items.
But even when you're watching it on like a live stream on YouTube, I don't know that it's the same commercials.
Oh, it's the same commercials. A person,
is it? Okay.
The channel, a person literally like records the TV screen.
Oh, I see. I gotcha. So you're not legally watching it.
Yeah.
Technically.
As far as Fear the Walking Dead is concerned, like Fear the Walking Dead is very close to losing the 1 million live viewer mark. And we all know that no one is watching World Beyond.
And Fear is coming back in April, right?
Yep. As far as I know. Yeah, I think it's April or May. I think it's April. No, wait.
It's April.
Oh, it's
yeah.
April. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, well, yeah. I can't do yeah. We've talked about how we're going to cover Fear the Walking Dead because honestly, it's rough to come up with even an hour's worth of conversation about these Walking Dead episodes. I can't imagine Fear being any better.
Yeah. So 19, one more. And I'm like, no more.
Wait. How many more episodes are there of the season of Walking Dead? 2, right?
2 more.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly, when I looked at the episode numbers, I was like, episode 20, that seems like so high. Is that right? And then I remembered that this is like this weirdly long season, and I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Favorite moments, I liked the trick with the timer. It was nice. You would think that other people would do it more often, but plot. And I also like the end of the episode where Gabriel was like, I'm not going to risk anything when it comes to Mace, and he ended up killing him. I was like, you know what, Gabriel, good.
Oh yeah, when he brained him, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the timer thing I liked too. It was like, how have they not been doing this? Like, how has this not been shown or figured out? Like, how has this not been shown ever before? Like, how many times have they walked through like swamps and like
tall grass and
tall
trees.
grass? Yeah. Like, come on. This is, I mean, literally any loud noise. The timer is a very good example because it doesn't need like a, power or anything. But like, my God, come on, guys. This should have been shown. I guess then it would get old, and that they need new things to show us still. Did they just think of this? Like, they just thought of this too, by the way, probably the writers, Wow. Wow. The timer trick.
No.
But yeah, Tara, your favorite moments?
I mean, like I said, I liked the timer. So when at first, this is kind of a mixed bag, but in the end, not really. Like at first, when Gabriel like clocks Maze over the head, just immediately murders him, I was like, whoa, Gabriel, after that whole like conversation that you just had, like maybe he could change, like for fuck's sake, they gave Negan a second chance and how many other awful people, but like, and the only story we know is that like his brother was like stealing his food and stuff. But then like they go upstairs and we see that the guy had his brother who had like chained up, and he'd made him play the game, the what is it, Russian roulette with his family. It's like Russian roulette with the added twist of you're not just pointing, you don't just have to point the gun at yourself. So he'd made them play the game too. And those dudes both needed to go. Maze because he did what he did, and his brother because he decided to point the gun at his wife and kid. Right? Like, I guess there's a whole like, oh well, he was saving them from a life of hell, but at the same time, like that's not your choice to make, my dude.
But yeah, it was a filler episode. These were filler characters. We don't have to care about them, and I really couldn't make myself care about any of them. There were so many dead families they showed in this episode. Like there was a dead family on the roof. There was a dead family in the burned house. Like, I don't care. It's been years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bekah, what about you?
I don't know. There wasn't really a favorite moment. Like I was like speed watching this. I don't know. I guess I liked when they didn't die. And then Gabriel braining Maze was great because I was like, all right, bye, bitch. And you come into my house, you eat my boar. Like, I was like, all right, well, he's gone. Like, there really was no, like, this, I have almost no opinion about this episode, except for it was so fucking boring. The little bits of it that I watched.
I mean, honestly, like, the thing about the boar was killer, too, because it was like, okay, like, how are they supposed to know at any, like, honestly, boars are like, that boar could have gotten in there and gotten shut in there by mistake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's not necessarily the most logical thing to have happened, but it could. I don't know. And also the scotch or whatever it was being like hidden the way it was. It's like, did you even know that? Did you even know that booze was there? It was hidden like in a file, like in a filing cabinet drawer, like under a bunch of stuff or under a secret. Or whatever, like thing. It was very hidden, and it's like, I get hiding your booze, but like, how are they supposed to know that wasn't just in there from the dude who owned that office and nobody knew it was their scent? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people who had the hideout, they could have died. Like Aaron and Gabriel could have easily assumed that the person who was in this warehouse has already died.
Yeah. Well, because there was nothing in the immediate warehouse. You know, he had that hidden spot upstairs. There was nothing in the immediate warehouse that made it look like, you know,
someone was still living there.
Right.
Mm. Yeah, it was plot convenience. And also for those of you who don't know, the viewers, the person who played Mace is the same actor who played that villain in Terminator 2. So they brought him for this episode just to kill him off. Yeah, that's a big, like, I mean, I know
actors gotta work.
I know he's probably kind of a B-list actor at this point. He's been in, I mean, he was in something else big, like, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago or a little more. It was within the last decade for sure. And I can't remember what it was, but like, I guess he's still technically a B-list actor, but yeah, it seemed a little, it's like, you bringing in this guy? Like, I actually, when I saw the actor, and like they brained him over the head, Gabriel brained him over the head. I was like, oh, and then they, like, his brother was upstairs, and it was the same actor, you know, just playing the brother. Is like, oh well, shit, maybe they'll let this one live, because like they're not gonna bring this guy in for just one episode. Oh no, they absolutely did.
That's what I thought. I mean, when it comes to genre shows, this actor is a known actor. People know him from the Terminator 2 movie. So I was like, maybe he'll play a bigger role, but no, it was basically a cameo, but a special appearance. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. Okay, least favorite moments. In my opinion, like Daryl's map got ruined in the previous episode, and now because of plot convenience, Gabriel's map got ruined because he was reading it while walking on mud and not looking ahead. And I was like, okay, Gabriel.
That was a lot of mud too.
Yeah, like he was like trudging through, like 10 inches of mud. Maybe it was like 6 inches, like 6 inches of mud. And it's like, first of all, where's your egg timer right now? Because this would be a time to use it, BT dubs. Like you just trudging, I don't know, like stupid. But yeah, I agree with you, Farid. Like in terms of least favorite moments, like there was, this episode wasn't the worst overall. But like these assholes are just real dumb about these maps. Like there's got to be a surplus of laminators in this world, and we all know that some places still have power. So I feel like a little bit of power to run a laminator over your uber important map is a good idea.
And also, like, why not make a map stitch? Like, you can also make stitched maps, right? Like, you can stitch a piece of, like, use a piece of cloth, and then you just, like, use a thread to make a map on a piece of cloth so that it doesn't get ruined. Yeah, they use paper and ink, which can easily get ruined. But yeah. Also, in my opinion, I don't know, but Gabriel making fun of Aaron involuntary screaming felt like low-key homophobic to me. I was like, why are you laughing, Gabriel? Because he's a gay guy. He's a gay guy who screamed. Like,
you're really reaching on that one, Farid. I'm sorry, but you're reaching on that one.
I think it was more just like, I honestly think that Gabriel was just exhausted and he thought something really awful happened. And then it turned out that Aaron was just surprised by a pig. And like, yes, boars are super, super dangerous. But I mean, I can't say I haven't like laughed at my friends when they've been like screaming about something stupid happening in a video game or whatever. So.
Yeah, Bekah, any least favorite moment?
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But right, I've been there where you just don't care enough to even have a least favorite moment.
I mean, I guess whenever they were, I have this in my gripes and WTF moments too, but like whenever they were like trying to pull the walker out the window, I saw his skin start to separate and I thought, oh my God.
Oh yeah. And then they
kept pulling him. And then on the count of like, they were like 1, 2, 3. And then they pulled his skin off. And I was like, that's unnecessary.
Oh, also, I was watching this on an airplane and I'm pretty sure I said, oh, that was unnecessary out loud.
Yeah. Like it was so gross. Like we get it. They're rotting. We get it. You know, like, come on.
There was another zombie who pulled his skin off. Like his skin got pulled off when he was getting up.
Oh yeah, he was like super glued to a post or some shit. And he was like, and I was like, how do you get stuck to a post like that? And he just like suddenly got up and his skin just, and I was like, oh, it reminds me of peeling the skin off in the sunburn. It was so yucky. Also, all the walkers randomly laying down in that field, like, do walkers get tired?
They're like you. They just want to lay down and roll around on the floor. Okay.
Yeah, I love to lay down and roll around on the floor. That's what the walkers do. They just lay down and roll around. It's so fucking stupid.
Someone is going to call them rollers now.
Oh man. Yeah, that does make me wonder why lay down there of all places. Like, or how did they collapse there? You know what I mean? Like,
is it like everything is atrophied and they're just laying down, but then they were able to get back up again? So like,
science and physics just do not compute in this world. So it's fine. It's fine. I still don't know. Like, I mean, I know that the skin peeling away the way it did is absolutely like that's a thing that can happen if something's rotted enough. But like, I still no. And also like that walker, he was big. He was a big dude. Like, I just, how do you two think that you're gonna pull this rotting to like literally peeling apart walker out of like a narrow like opening after you see his just come on, man. You guys have got to be smarter than this by now. You learned the timer trick after all these years, but you're still like not sure about how rotting works. I hate it.
Yeah,
Thanks. Hashtag thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. I was like, when the episode opened, there was this scene where Aaron and Gabriel were looking at these burned bodies, and Aaron is like, "What happened here?" And Gabriel comes from behind him, and he's like, "We'll never know." And I'm amazing dialogue, amazing. That was so good. That scene, like, why was it even necessary? I have no idea. Also, this episode should have been Aaron and Daryl getting drunk and hooking up, like.
Farid.
Like, imagine instead of Gabriel, it was Daryl with Aaron. And they're drinking whiskey, playing cards, and then...
I mean, Aaron and Gabriel do seem like a weird pairing to be sending on this mission, period. But, you know, maybe...
It's been on 2 weeks now.
Like, they're both they both have major handicaps. Like if we talk about it in like sports references, okay, they both have major handicaps. Aaron is missing an arm. Like, yeah, he's got his like fucking Walker Buster arm, but like Gabriel can't see out of one of his eyes. Like, there should have been another person there who was entirely whole, who could see out of both eyes and had all four of his limbs. Maybe. Just saying.
Sending them for 2 weeks. Like, okay, you can send them for 1 or 2 days, but like for 2 weeks, like, it made no sense.
Yeah.
And also the way Aaron and Gabriel spent the entire night in the warehouse without checking every single thing. Like, they didn't notice the cellar before, or the attic. Like, they didn't notice it before. It makes no sense.
Or just like, yeah, they definitely didn't check the place thoroughly, period. Like, there were clearly, like, there had to have been signs that this guy was living there. Like, nobody is that like perfect about covering their tracks, especially when they're clearly like still playing this game with randos. But yeah, I mean, also, like, for my part, I was kind of like in the first scene when there was like no walkers, like they just kind of looked at each other and then you just see like the blood splatters everywhere. I was like, okay, so is this like a COVID thing? Like they couldn't film with a bunch of people, so like we're not going to see any walkers. Like, in a way, like I get that. Like, I actually would have been okay with that. But then like immediately after that, there's a scene where there's a whole bunch of walkers that they're killing one-on-one, and it's like, oh no, so they were just trying to be artsy again, and I'm really fucking tired of this show trying to be artsy. Stop it, Walking Dead. You've never succeeded at this, and like this was just like, just don't stop. I don't know. Why are they still trying to be artsy?
And also Bekah's point. Bekah, you better talk about it, because I was like, you know what? I agree.
Oh, okay. So like, okay. So look, we understand you're trying to be good guys, okay? But as soon as he was like, "Oh, you hear that? That means there's a bullet in the chamber," and I was like, just fucking put it to his head and fucking shoot him. He's right there. What can he do if you shoot him?
I was waiting for that the whole time.
Like, yeah, and it was just like, and then of course, you know, whatever, he's like, and instead he puts it to his head and he's like, Gracie, like, no, this is whenever you find out, because you can always find out in Russian roulette whenever the gun is loaded. You always can tell because there's that little click sound that it makes. So as soon as he said that, they should have been like, oh yeah, you're right. Like, they should have shot him. And it was just so,
like, I know he had a gun too, but I feel
I'm sorry, you can't react that fast.
No.
And also,
like, he could have gotten a shot off maybe, but would it have, like, did he have it pointed properly so that he would have hit, like, so it would have been a kill shot even, you know what I mean? Like, and then they're in this place that's got all this shit in it. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that they could necessarily survive. Either one of them could have necessarily survived like a gunshot, but like if it's something like that goes clean through the shoulder, like, clean that shit up and like run your ass back home. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you die, but like that's better than what you got in front of you right then.
He was close enough. Maze was close enough to both of them. Well, because it was Aaron that had the gun. Maze was close enough to Aaron, was leaning close enough to Aaron. The Aaron would have immediately, it would have been a kill shot immediately. It would have been a headshot. And the fact that they were just playing this game, it's just proof that the Walking Dead people were like, angst. No, I'm sorry, but these guys are murderers, and there's nothing wrong with that at this point in the apocalypse. You do what it takes to survive. And they should have put that gun to his head and pulled the trigger. And I am very upset that instead I had to watch Aaron like babble. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Also, he used Aaron's arm to kill Mace, right?
Gabriel used Aaron's arm to kill Maze. Yes.
Yeah, so it's basically there's a euphemism in there about Aaron's private part.
No,
Thing.
what?
I mean, the Walking Dead being artsy.
Yes, I have a giant metal barb on my penis.
Maybe.
I'm gonna beat you to death with it. Come on now.
I just said that.
It was stupid.
And like Aaron like acting all shocked that Gabriel killed him, and then like Gabriel being like, when Aaron killed the brother, it was like, okay, come on, you guys, like get on the same page here.
It was so bad.
You're reading the same book, and it ain't the Bible.
These filler episodes are so unnecessary. Like,
honestly, most of the stuff could have been crammed. Like all of the stuff that's happening in these filler episodes could have all been crammed into one episode.
Mm-hmm. And didn't they go through a period of time when there were episodes of the show that were long, that went longer, like went past like the 8 to 9 time period or 9 to 10 time period or whatever it was?
Yeah,
like,
they're like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah,
like that.
So like, yeah, I mean, and I guess I get like it does make sense in a storytelling way that they split them up like this, like, because obviously like the princess stuff doesn't necessarily belong with this episode, but like just I mean I guess we talked about this last 2 weeks ago. Like we knew that we were getting these sort of like, you know, very small group, you know, character study type episodes, and I was just really hoping that it would be better than it is, and I don't know why I thought that was even a possibility. That's silly, Tara. Bad. Okay, speaking of princess, let's move on to the next episode, please. Because
okay, so this is episode 20, Splinter, and I just realized why it's called Splinter.
Sorry, my phone.
Yeah, because
yeah. Just favorite moments, like no, just no.
There were none.
I got nothing.
Even if I try hard enough, I can't find one single moment. Like
nope. And it's like I think Princess is like there's like so much I want to know, including how the fuck did she survive this long period, you know. And I guess the answer we were given the answer in this episode. She is pretty brutal when she needs to be, but like I've got nothing. I don't. It's not that I don't care about her character. I just don't care about like. I don't care about her. I don't care about her entirely on her own. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And this episode, like, it didn't make me care about her more either, because it's just. I mean, Farid, your least favorite moment is why it made it like why I can't, you know.
Yeah, this is a trope that I don't like when it comes to TVs and movies. Like you are using a character's unstable mental health to tell an entire story, complete with fake conversations and fake moments. Like, I'm not a fan of that. Like, nothing was real. So why bother watching this entire episode?
Yeah, it just.
Well, some of it is real, you know. I mean, well, I guess, do we know for sure that she even talked to is it Yumiko?
Yumiko? Yeah, I think
I think she was talking to Yumiko. I think that was real. I think it was, but it was, you know, it was everything after that was like, is it real or is it not? And most of it wasn't.
Yeah, like that's a trope that I don't like. So I was like, wow. So you ended up making Princess unstable mentally just so that you can exploit it.
Well, she was already unstable, wasn't she?
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. We knew she was unstable from previous episodes for sure.
Yeah, so it wasn't like let's give her a personality disorder because she answers it herself, because the ADD, the severe depression, the PTSD, like she says she says her mental illness is there, the anxiety. I don't know. I just the whole thing, the fact that Ezekiel was like one of her, like, was her brutal side or whatever, was really weird to me, because like I was very surprised whenever Ezekiel started hitting that guy, and then I realized that it was actually Princess, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like that kind of jarred me out of it. Like,
and people were overhyping that moment on Twitter, and other people were like, no, you could literally tell that she was hallucinating. This wasn't real.
I couldn't tell until I didn't know anything. I didn't know at all until
I didn't figure it out at first. I figured it out at some point before she started beating the guy up as Ezekiel. Mm-hmm. Like when she was like, I figured it out a little bit before that, only because I was like, this is not Ezekiel. Ezekiel would not talk like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did have a moment of the talk like this thing. But I still didn't think about, like, it didn't register with me.
But I mean, yeah, it's I don't know. I feel bad saying like I don't care about this character who has like, you know, like obviously has mental health issues and whatever, like, because it's not, I don't know, that's not the way I should word it, I guess. But like, yeah, I don't know, Farid, you said it perfectly. Like they spent an entire episode using like her mental health as like a crutch or something for the story. It was just badly done. Yeah. The whole thing was badly done. Like it's one thing to give like her backstory, you know, and like the thing with the splinter, like her having the splinter, like I liked some of that, you know, like there was some of that was like they could have done that and done it better than they did, but like as they took it too far. I don't really know how to. It's just no. I just no. Just no. No. Least favorite moments. Everything.
Yeah. And also, I was like browsing online, and people on Twitter were saying that this is basically a stereotype that Princess is being brutal because she is mentally unstable, which is like this weird, like problematic trope when it comes to people with mental disorders and other issues. That like people with mental issues are more likely to hurt themselves and not necessarily hurt someone else. So people were like, okay, so she's brutal because she's like dealing with these issues and all of that stuff. I was like, But again, it's The Walking Dead. You can't really expect the writers to address mental issues the proper way. Like they are going to exploit like anything they can get their hands on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, I've had a lot of Walking Dead stuff like coming up in my Facebook memories the past like maybe month or so, because you know this is like when it airs every year at this time. You know, is the second half of whatever season, and like, oh god, like there's some real looking back to do. Like there's yeah, it's been a lot of bad and not very much good for a very long. I think like. It was like 4 years ago, like 2016 was when I really started just breaking away from this show. Like they do not know what the fuck they're doing. And that was before before like the Negan and like the, you know, when they made us wait to see who he killed. And then it was Glenn and it, that was before all of that. Like, oh Lordy, this show, how is it still going on? Yeah, I don't know. Like just, I just don't, nothing about this episode. So, but the Eugene stuff was real, correct? We do think she actually talked to Eugene.
Oh, she talked to no one. I doubt it. She talked to no one, because how the heck are you going to make going to keep someone contained and then also have that thing that they can just pull out and just walk out? Like,
okay. So she never talked to Ezekiel, or I'm sorry, she never talked to Yumiko. She never talked.
Yeah.
Okay, so she didn't talk to Yumiko. She didn't talk to any of those people, to Ezekiel, to Eugene. She was in the cart the whole time. She didn't pull open the plywood. That wasn't there, right?
Yeah. I mean, that does seem like a really, like, just a piece of, like, half-rotting plywood that you can just pull away.
All this stuff makes more sense now. Okay.
To be fair, I watched this like while I was working this morning. I paid a lot more attention to the Gabriel and Aaron episode because I was watching it, like I said, on an airplane. So like I had nothing else to do. But like I was watching this as I was working this morning, and it was like I some of it's like some of it I got, and some of it, yeah, I think like looking back on it now, I was like, yeah, I should have understood that she never talked to these people.
I definitely did not get that until just now. So.
But I mean, if like there's our other, like, any other gripes and WTF moments, and it's like, just fuck these 2 episodes being back to back. Like,
yeah, it just.
I guess last week's episode was not that bad. Like, especially as so this is 4 episodes now into this set of 6, and as episodes go, I would say last week's was probably the least awful so far.
I
really didn't like the Daryl one. I honestly don't even remember the other one at this point, which means it wasn't that good.
There was the Maggie one, then there was the Daryl one, and then these 2.
Yeah.
And also, how the heck does Maggie send 2 people all alone for 2 weeks to find food when she knows that there's another villainous group out there who killed a whole lot of her people? Like, make it make sense.
She thought they could fly under the radar, maybe.
How?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. Just like I don't know why you would send a half-blind dude.
Why are you asking us? I
don't know why you would send a half-blind dude and a dude who is missing his actual arm and only has his walker buster. You know, like I like, honestly, I took that from Hulk Buster, but this is like the weakest, you know, like link. Oh God, Aaron and Gabriel are the weakest links.
Goodbye.
Thing is, I like both of them. I really especially like Gabriel. Like I do like his character growth. It has been great over all this time. Like it has, you know, like remember what he came from, y'all. But I like that he's the one that just brutalized that guy last week. But like nobody would send those 2 people together with no other help. Nobody would. Yeah, just two of them, and both of them have very, you know,
disadvantages. Like you can't like these are like
like I use the word handicaps, and I don't mean like they are handicapped people. I was using it in like a sports term. I really was using that in like a sports manner. But
like when you're setting a survival team, like there are advantages and disadvantages when it comes to selecting certain people. And when it comes to making a team with Gabriel and Aaron, I would actually have someone else with them, especially if they're going to go away for 2 weeks. Like make it a 4-person team instead of a 2-person team.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Anyway.
But yeah, also, I guess the upcoming episode is going to focus on Jerry. Did anyone watch the preview?
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah, I think the upcoming episode is Jerry, and the 6th episode is Negan.
Oh.
Yeah, the final episode is Negan. Yeah. Because we love Negan.
I love Jerry, so I'll do a Jerry episode. Hopefully it's not terrible, because like I do love me some Jerry, but like Negan, are we really ending this season with a Negan centric episode? Like something better fucking happen in that episode. Like something better happen.
Guys.
No, I'm not even saying he needs to die. I'm just saying like something better happen in that episode because like last week's episode, nothing happened, nothing changed. You know, that was true filler in every sense of the word. Like the episode from last night was a little bit more like it was still filler because it was just all this like princess stuff, but like. It was we did get the whole like bag. They're still captured. They're still with these mysterious people, whatever. So it's like, okay, there's something going on there that's going to be part of a bigger story, But so I guess we're not going to know what the fuck happened to them. So we're just this is what we're left with. Like we're not going to. If we just get Jerry next week and Negan the week after that, are we going to have any insight? Or is this the last we see of Princess and Yumiko and Eugene and Ezekiel? Like Ezekiel's got a giant freaking tumor on his neck. How much longer can he live?
I have no idea. Why is he still alive?
I don't know.
But yeah, Terry
checked out.
Yeah, it was like these are filler episodes. We are sitting here talking about filler episodes. Like, wow.
Yeah. Like this is what we've come to.
I mean, at least whenever they were actively bad, we could hate them, but now they're just actively boring. And it's just like,
Is that even like a actively boring feels like it's a
actively bad, passively bad.
What is that? What is that?
Metaphor?
Not a metaphor. No, it's when you put two things that are opposite each other in a sentence. This is how tired I am.
Oxymoron.
An oxymoron. Yeah, it's an oxymoron.
Oh yeah.
Actively boring.
I don't know.
Yeah. And they aren't even trying to be intentionally boring. Like as far as their opinion goes, they are being artsy, they're being amazing, their narrative has layers, but
you know what else has layers? Onions have layers. Sorry, got to bring in some Shrek.
I mean,
and we also saw a walker having layers, like their skin, then there's
yuck.
Their bones, like layers. It's layers.
And it's all rotting.
Yummy.
All right. Do we have any theories? I mean, the only thing we could possibly have theories about is whatever's going on, like who these people are,
I mean, I don't know if they're, because the way that he was talking, it almost sounded culty.
The young kid that Princess beat up. Yeah.
He was like, just listen to us. And then, of course, we find out that he's been playing her this whole time.
Like, how?
Because he was like, he's suddenly like, oh, I got her.
No, it's weird. Like, no one is that good an actor. Like, she literally beat his face up. Like,
for sure.
And he was still playing her. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, that's what he said. He was like, got her, and then whenever they opened the door, he immediately threw a bag over her head, and it was just like,
and
man,
he was like,
was he actually a rookie, or was he actually, was he actually a rookie, or was he actually higher up? Like, we'll never know.
I don't think it matters. Like, I mean, he definitely wasn't playing that he was beat up, but like. And whether or not he was a rookie and he's going to get in trouble, I don't even know that matters that much. Like the whole point was all he needed to do was get her to walk out of that trailer car with him.
True.
Or to release him and then walk out of the trailer car with him. But like also, where's she going to go? Like she could not release him and take the gun. How far is she really going to get? Because there's how many other people there with guns,
And there's also no bullets, or so he said.
Yeah, I believe that. That might have been a lie.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Where's Maury when you need him?
Where's who?
Maury. The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Oh, Maury. Oh, okay. I was like, who the hell is Maury? Is this a character I don't remember?
Maury Povich would absolutely have survived until now. in the apocalypse.
He would be. He would be like. He would have a walker, like cuffed to the He would have a walker like cuffed to the motherfucker, the camera, and as the camera is like the walker is moving, the camera is like going back and forth between the father and not the father, and the
all
woman.
I can think of is Maury doing a Judith episode. Rick, you are not
the father. The DNA test shows up, and I just
the DNA test turned out.
Oh, she's 100% Shane's bitch. And anyway, Farid.
Oh my god.
I feel like they should hire us. I feel like they should hire us to do like promos and stuff for The Walking Dead. We would be great at it. He would just be super. Because now I'm imagining Maury, and then of course there are two walkers on the couch, and the walker's like, one of the walkers like, I'm a goth bitch. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to abide by my curfew. Catch me outside. And the walker has like these long nails like glued on to it. And then there's Shaun of the Dead. Do you remember Shaun of the Dead? Whenever at the very end, whenever the woman is on the talk show with her zombie husband, and the talk show is like, how can you love him? And she's like, well, he's my husband, ain't he? And it's just like, yeah, she went to bed with that, and she's like, well,
I think we've killed Farid.
Farid, you doing okay?
Yeah, our promos will be better than the actual show, and that will be false advertising.
Yeah. Womp womp. They'll be like, oh, this looks fun. And then it'll be like, surprise, it's boring as shit.
Wow. Just wow. Wow.
Yeah, there needs to be a Judith episode. Rick, you're not the
Maybe they'll do that in the Before Death or whatever, or Life Beyond or whatever the fuck that show is supposed to be. Okay, so wrapping up, recommendations. I have none.
I feel like I've watched something recently. Oh my god, I watched a really terrible movie on Saturday night, but it's like hilariously terrible. It's called PG Psycho Gorman. It's on Amazon Prime for like $4 or something. $5. And it's like a terribly bad movie, but it actually has like really good makeup and a very psychotic child in it. So there, link it back to The Walking Dead. It was really bad, but it was like hilariously bad. It's got some real Power Rangers vibes in some of like the costumes and stuff. Like I don't it's gory and weird and bad, but like again, hilariously bad. So I do suggest if you want to just throw away $5 and have a fun night with some friends, it's pretty worth it. So
okay, you know what? Might as well check it out after this. Might as well see what it is.
I finally watched Mars Attacks and Coneheads for the first time, and I can't really recommend them because they're awful, but
Mars Attacks is a classic.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
I watched the Snyder Cut.
Oh, I did too.
You watched the what?
The Snyder Cut, Justice League Snyder Cut.
Oh, I haven't watched it, but I heard that Harley Quinn. You know what? Never mind. I have never seen any of the new Batmans with Batfleck, so maybe I should watch it. I don't know.
I mean, Harley Quinn isn't in there.
No, I know that, but there's something else that happens. I don't know if I want to. You don't know. Fuck it. This is The Walking Dead. We've already warned you about spoilers. We're also going to warn you about spoilers for the Justice Snyder Cut.
First of all, the Justice League, just Justice Slut. Justice League came out in 2017, so like,
Okay.
and there's differences in the Snyder Cut, but like, it's not, the whole plot is still the same. Like,
apparently Harley Quinn dies. Batman kills her, and yeah, that's what I was reading. That Batman killed Harley Quinn, and then
did I miss that somehow?
And then
no.
What am I thinking of then? Because I just read an article right before when I was trying on shoes earlier.
Bekah, did the article have layers? Was it on the Onion?
No, it was not on the Onion, but it was like Batman and the Joker joined forces.
No.
What is this from then? Because it had Jared Leto.
Okay, so yeah, there
did you read fanfic?
No.
One of the 12 epilogues that this fucking movie had, because that's about how many it felt like there was. There is a Joker scene where yes, in a way, I think it's that they've joined like forces with the Joker, but there was nothing about Harley Quinn, unless I totally missed something. There was zero about Harley Quinn.
Okay, anyway, apparently what I read is said that the Joker was upset because he held Harley Quinn while she died, but apparently her last words to the Batman were, "I hope you kill the Joker." I don't know. Okay, maybe I just Farid, the look on your face.
I'm just trying to figure out if I missed something, because I'll be completely honest, I was only about 60% paying attention to this movie.
Okay,
and it's a 4-hour movie. It's a 4-hour movie, so
yeah.
Okay, you know what?
Well, now I'm
I need to find it.
I mean, I know that Darkseid ended up killing Lewis, and that's why Superman ended up getting becoming evil. That's what happened. I don't remember Batman killing Harley.
No, he doesn't kill her on screen.
Well, right, but I don't even remember them mentioning anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now we've gone off on this tangent, and now I feel like I have to look this up and see if it actually happened.
I'm looking it up now. Justice League 2 would have featured Harley Quinn's death scene.
Justice League 2. Okay, dude.
Sorry.
Like my
there were 12 epilogues, so
the sequel, which Warner Bros. Won't be making.
It was the Snyder Cut of the Snyder Cut. Justice League 2 would have included a scene depicting the demise of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sequel is not going to be made.
Okay.
Yeah, because Warner Bros. has come forward. They're like, we won't be continuing the Snyderverse. And right now on Twitter, there's a fandom war going on because the fans want the Snyderverse, and Warner Bros. Is like, no.
Okay.
I mean, I think I get what the fans are going for here. And I also think Zack Snyder was given like shit to work with, with this, because listen, like Justice League, like the Snyder Cut, I actually never saw the Whedon one that came out in 2017. So but like the Snyder Cut was literally just a bunch of truncated origin stories with like a resurrection and a couple of battle scenes thrown in, and then umpteen epilogues punctuated by the one thing I truly never wanted to see again, which is Jared Leto as the Joker. So like, I just like, Warner Brothers is DC and Warner Brothers have been trying to capitalize on the true work that Marvel, like the MCU, put into their cinematic universe. You know what I mean? Like Marvel put the work in. They had all of these full origin movies, whether they were good or not, and some of some of the sequels especially weren't that good, but they had all of these origin movies and origin sequel movies and everything, and they built everything up so much. And Warner Brothers and DC are just like, we'll just like throw in like we'll do like Wonder Woman, or Wonder Woman had Wonder Woman.
No. Wonder Woman.
It was just
came
Batman
out after
it was just Batman versus Superman then.
Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman,
Yeah.
and then direct Justice League. None of the other characters got
Okay,
any.
yeah. Well, yeah, Man of Steel, but that's like forever ago. But yeah, so they just threw all this. Yeah, it was they were trying to capitalize on what Marvel did without actually putting the money and the work into it, and it shows. And this 4-hour cut shows it even more because it's like, again, just a whole bunch of truncated origin stories. And like, I know they came out with Aquaman and Wonder Woman afterward, but that doesn't help the giant Avengers style movie that you put together. Like, whatever. It was bad. Even the Snyder cut wasn't good. It was boring. It was too long. Whatever. And that's not even his fault. It's not even his fault. It's not Snyder's fault. It's DC and Warner Brothers' fault.
Yeah, that's why I'm really interested in seeing whether or not the Snyder curse, whether or not the Snyder cut will continue. Because I mean, DC fans can get a lot toxic and stubborn. So if they decide to boycott any new Warner Bros. Movie that's not a part of the Snyder cut, that's going to be a whole lot of drama. Because we know the Shazam 2 is coming out, we know that the Blue Beetle is coming out, and maybe fans will boycott those movies and not watch them.
Shazam 2?
I would feel a little bit sad about it. Well, Shazam was actually pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't necessarily make a lot of money, so that's problem. Yeah. And Aquaman 2 is coming out, so let's see if the fans like boycott these movies, because again, they need the Snyderverse. They want it for some reason.
Well, I mean, I think because when it comes down to it, he probably is the person. He's clearly the person who could do the most with what little he's given. Because like from everything I've heard, again, having not seen the Whedon version of Justice League, from everything I've heard, this one was actually a lot better. So
it was a lot better. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so there's that. It was just too long, and it shouldn't. Like he was given nuts to work with, you know.
Okay, so recommendations, activities and cons. I can speak for myself when I say speak for myself. There's nothing going on. There will be nothing going on.
Virtual Ice and FireCon next month.
Oh, that's all right. Virtual Ice and FireCon.
But that's like a month away, and we've got another webcast before then, and I haven't even solidified any sort of possible.
How many panels will be public, or you won't be making any of the panels public?
No, they'll all be public. They'll all be public. We've talked about. Unfortunately, like there's not any easy way for us to make our panels not public, because like. I would have to do unlisted videos and email everybody the links, you know, and that's a lot of work. And honestly, our attendees, even the ones who have purchased tickets, don't care that much. Like we do some special things for our Patreons, and that's a lot easier because we only have like a couple dozen of them. But yeah, and you know, we're not going to be like this full on virtual con like a San Diego or a Dragon Con or anything like that. You know, like last year, I think we did maybe 8 or 9 things over the course of 4 days. And this year it'll probably be about the same, you know, because like I am one person doing all the things for the most part. So yeah, but it'll still be, I mean, last year, honestly, like the panels, the panels and stuff that we did, you know, being public, it was great because it brought a lot of people in who normally wouldn't be able to attend the convention. And not only did those people, and not because they didn't have the money even, but because it's just a bad time of year for them or whatever. So it's not only did they appreciate it, but the creators and like even the attendees who are like, oh, this is my friend and I want them to come, but they can't because of when it is. Like a lot of people really appreciated it. And we did a lot of like late night hangout things that were private in the sense that like, we're not posting the links on our public social media, but if you know somebody who had a ticket, you could get in, sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of how we're going to do it the same way this year, and it's going to be a very tiring but good weekend, I'm sure. So 2 weeks from now, we get to review the last 2 episodes of this season of Walking Dead, and then we only got 1 more season of Walking Dead after that.
But then we also have The World Beyond, and
Oh no, we lost Bekah.
Bekah, no!
I know, and she's the one who runs this. So can she? Can you end it? Because I can't. We're just live. We're live
I'm
forever.
so sorry. I am so sorry.
I was like, oh my god, we're stuck. We're live forever.
No, I meant to like X out of something else. And did you guys hear me go, oh, did you hear that at all? No.
The funny thing was, like, I would have had to step away in like a minute too, because like I gotta go cook dinner.
Yeah,
and like the funny thing was I would have had to step away and it would have just been like people staring at my background.
Okay, cool. So that was
initial crisis. We were like, oh no, we're stuck here now.
Yeah, that was an accident. I'm sorry.
Here, I'm gonna water my plant real quick.
All right, so I am Bekah along with Farid and Tara. Thank you for joining us while we bitch about stuff and things with the Bitching Dead. Please follow the Bitching Dead and the Geeky Area on Twitter. Also, we have a Bitching Dead Facebook page as well. Remember, we are a free webcast run off of donations from viewers like you. Thanks for contributing and helping our host site, the Geeky Area. And now I'm going to end this properly. Goodbye.